Hope you're well. Thought I'd share a story from one of the bits of work that I've been doing. Yes, I'm a musician, but as long as I've been a musician, I've also been a youth worker, working with young people in different settings, helping them with different elements of their lives. I mean, I'm 37 now, and I've been doing youth work since I was 16, the same amount of time I've been doing music. And I've recently picked up a project that I'm working on, working with a group of young people, creating digital content, whether it's music, video, or memes, raising awareness on the dangers of using illegal money lenders, commonly referred to as loan sharks. And this story is about sticking up for yourself, not staying quiet, and if you don't agree with something, say it. Doing a session with a group of young people, and before we make whatever musical videos that we're going to do, I did a session around character development. So collectively, they created a fictitious character, which then all of the content will be based on. And one of the groups was talking about school life, and there was a few members in the group. There was one young lad in the group, quite quiet. He let on to me straight away. It's funny at that age, you can tell what they're into by what they dress. Clearly a hip hop head. Heard me, clocked my London accent. We were talking about a few things. He was like straight away like, oh yeah, this person gets me. So we kind of had that connection straight away. He's quite key in this story. So they're talking about school life. And there was one particular young person, this young woman, saying that, you need to be quite vulnerable, maybe lack common sense or a certain level of street smarts to actually get involved with an illegal money lender. So she was suggesting in terms of school, this character would be in a lower set. So essentially a group of students that would be predicted to achieve lower grades in a specific subject. And it was at that point that this young lad piped up, because he was pretty quiet throughout, and then he suddenly went, nah, I'm not having that. And he said, look, I'm in the top set for all of my classes, but all of my friends are in the bottom set. So what are you trying to say? I chill with them all the time. And then the tone, the dynamic of the group completely changed, because she just stepped back a bit immediately on what she said and changed and said, yeah, you're right. So she quickly changed her opinion. And then at that point, that young lad became a lot more vocal. And I found that to be interesting, just on the few levels of just, he's quiet, going along with things. But when someone said something which really jarred at him, which really hit him personally to the core, he just said it and told it how it was. So that was the first thing I took from that. And then even based on his sort of like treatment and things, it's always interesting people into hip hop culture or branches of culture which have like black roots, a white guy into hip hop. And it's always funny when you're that person, based on what you listen to and how you dressed, on how you treated, Yeah, people try and say, oh yeah, is it real music? Doing the whole kind of dodgy hands of like what music that you're into. Or I've been in particular sort of muso, specifically jazz circles, where they said, oh yeah, I spell rap with a C in front of it, me, and all of that. And he definitely had that edge of, in a group which they outwardly weren't necessarily into hip hop culture, and he was the odd one out. And so from that point of view, him saying that, he became a bit more prominent as opposed to on the sidelines. There was definitely that edge of kind of outcasting him a little bit. So there was that side of things, as well as saying that he didn't agree with it. And I genuinely found it really interesting. And even with that young man, pretty inspiring actually. Just a reminder to, good or bad, to say how it is, not be British about it and kind of go, yeah, that's fine, but call it out as it happens and represent yourself so you don't cringe into yourself, and be proud of yourself. It's really interesting with youth work that we work with young people, and also we've been put in this position of being a role model and being responsible. But what I don't think is spoken about enough is the amount of inspiration that I get and other youth workers get from the young people that we work with. So I said I could talk about everything apart from the person's name, but just out loud, that particular young person was inspiring. You're great, and you reminded me of something that I need to keep doing in my day to day. So I've got 20 years on you, a bit more, but you reminded me of something I need to do more in my day to day, and a good reminder of that. And that's my reflection for the week, a bit of inspiration from somebody that I've learned a lot from, and just a reminder. I'll see what I'm up to next week. This project's ongoing, but maybe something from some other element of my work might pop out to me. Hope you found that interesting to listen to, and yeah, I'll see what pops into my head next week. So take care.